So I've created over 2,000 Instagram Reels, and today I'm gonna show you the easiest way to go viral. By the way, I have a community where I help people go viral, get views, leads, and sales, most importantly from social media. So if you're into that kind of stuff, check the first link in the description, join the community 7 days for free, and I'll work one-on-one with you to get those results. Now, let's get into it. Most people, when they explain how you can go viral, they say the easiest way to go viral is to replicate viral content. And that's 100% true. But there's one big but that you need to take into the consideration. So if you go to the Reels tab right now, you scroll, you will find a bunch of content which got hundreds of thousands of views, and you will say, hey, let's replicate this content. Now, the thing is, not all of that content is actually viral potential content. And I'm going to tell you why. A lot of creators that you will find are large creators with, let me just write it down, with, let's say, 100,000, 500,000 million followers, which are supporting their growth. Content that those creators post is not the same content that will go viral for you, simply because they have a large following that's supporting their content. And even if it's not a viral potential content, in most cases, the initial support that they will get from the credibility that they already have with their followers will usually bring them views. So who should you focus on? Large creators are still a good target to learn from, because obviously if they're at this spot, they are doing something well. But in my opinion, a far better target are small creators. What I mean? So if you go to Reels tab right now, you will see a bunch of content, and some of that content is from large creators, but some of it is from small creators. And the only way to really find out which is which is when you find a reel that you think you can replicate, you just visit the creator's profile and you will see how many followers they have. If they have less than 10,000 followers, but their reels are getting hundreds of thousands, millions of views, that means that that small creator is doing something very right at this time to get so many views. Now, this is such a cheat code, especially if you're a small creator. You're gonna learn much more from these small creators who are going viral than from large creators who are going viral. These people have the credibility, and these people have nothing, and they're going viral. So in my opinion, finding viral content ideas from small creators will be far more beneficial if you decide to go viral. And just, I need to clarify this because I think a lot of people are mistaken. If you go viral, you will not immediately get sales leads and all of the rest. So getting views and going viral is only one part of the game. Another thing that you need to understand is that going viral doesn't necessarily mean getting millions of views. If you usually get 1,000 views, 500 views, and you get 10,000 or 20,000 views, that's viral for you. That's a lot more views than you're used to getting, and you should focus on replicating whatever worked to get those views. So when we've clarified that, we need to understand also that just because you're going viral, as I said, you're not guaranteed that you will be getting sales. You need to work on a lot of stuff in the back end. But why am I even talking about going viral? Because going viral and getting views is the first step to getting leads and sales. So the end goal for all of us who are trying to post on social media is to make money. We need to understand that. This is the first step. This is the awareness that you need of your potential clients in order to get them to make a purchasing decision later on. So that's why going viral and getting views is very important. Now, another thing that I need to clarify is that with this method, it's far easier to go viral on social medias like Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok, like short form content, because short form content usually takes way less time and requires usually less content creation skills to create. So that's why I recommend you focus on creating content in the short form media first before going on YouTube, for example, as I'm doing right now, because it will be way easier for you. Now, as I said, this is the easiest way to go viral, to research small creators who are going viral, use their ideas, replicate their hooks and replicate their content, and that's the easiest way to go viral. But the problem is, what are the easiest way to find those small creators? So I've actually found 3 ways to do that. Number 1 is using my AI software, Virality AI. So it's the AI software that lets you input keywords for your niche. It's gonna pop out a bunch of content which is performing well currently on social media, so that you can take it as an inspiration. The thing is, Virality AI is not like the Instagram algorithm, which is trying to push 50-50. It's just gonna find the best content with most likes, comments, and so on. So that way, it doesn't really recognize if it's from small or large creators, and it tends to give more consistent results, which also means that those results which it gives are usually not dependent on audience size. They are purely view, comment, and like related. So if you want to test it out, you can go to viralityai.net and you can test it completely free. And I'd like to hear your feedback, so feel free to do so. I've literally built this AI for myself, so this is something that I use on a daily basis to find content for myself, so sincerely recommend it. Second way is, as I said, on Reels tab, to literally just scroll away. And if you remember in one of the last videos, I told you that you should click on not interested on every single content piece that is not relevant for your niche, simply because you want to build your Reels tab in a way that it only recommends content which is related to your niche. This will associate you with your niche, and it will also give you good content ideas. If you do it that way, you will get a lot of content delivered to you every single day, and you will be able to find a lot of small creators there. Simply visit their profile and just look. I mean, in most cases, at least from my experience, you will see that, for example, a creator has 3,000 followers, one of their reels has 5,000 views, the second has 1,000 views, and third has 1,000,000 views. Obviously, that reel with 1,000,000 views is a great idea that you should take. And third way is the Explore page. So it's this little search icon to the left side of the Instagram. When you go to the Explore page, you will again see a bunch of posts. The benefit of Explore page is usually there's more photo content there. So if you like designs and photo content, it's a far better place to search for. And you repeat the process, you do the same. When you find the viral content piece, the process after that is as follows. So you want to literally copy paste the hook. So if you remember, the last content pieces, I told you that hook is 90% of the content. If this content piece worked for the small creator, it's usually because of the hook. So you literally want to copy the hook, and it's not a crime. You can literally copy paste it. And then after copying the hook, you're gonna add more info to the post compared to the original creator. So what I like to do, I find a content piece and I make it better. I try to make it at least 1% better than my competitor in order to give even more value. So just think about it. If a post, especially educational posts, because educational posts are one of the best ways to get sales, if you're looking for that. If there is an educational post and it went viral with this hook and with certain info, if you add even more info and make it even more valuable, doesn't it mean that it will only perform better? Usually it will. Just don't overstuff it with too much information. Keep it simple. you add more info and you add call to action, which basically means you're gonna tell them, save this for later, comment below to download my lead magnet if you use DM automation, and so on. And when you have this structure, you're just gonna post it with the same trending audio, with the caption, which has 3 to 5 hashtags. And in 90% of the cases, if you follow this framework of finding small creators which are going viral, finding their post, copying the hook, adding more information and call to action, and posting it with the same trending audio, you will go viral in no time. And this is the thing, one of the things that I teach in my community, and that gets people literally millions of views and thousands of leads. Now, as I said, going viral, finding viral content and all of that is only part of the game. After you go viral, you need to have a clear path on how you're gonna grab that attention, turn it into potential clients or leads, and then how you're gonna nurture those leads so they purchase from you something later on. Because if you just create viral content and you tell the audience in the caption, hey, buy my stuff, they're not gonna do it. So you need to have a path that we call customer journey that will lead them from being a viewer to becoming a customer. And this is something that I do in my community. So if you need help with any of this, if you want to make profitable social media that will not only replace your 9 to 5, but it's gonna be better than any 9 to 5 job that you will be able to get. If you have a business and you want to scale it with social media without investing any money to ads, this is the way to do it. And I recommend you join my community 7 days for free, and I'll personally help you. No obligation, no risk. Just join. If you don't like it, you can leave and keep whatever you learn. Don't forget to sub to the channel, like the video, because it helps support the channel. It also lets me know if you like the content, and I will create more of this content. And see you in the next one.